What's up, guys? It's Rick NSX. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post new content. So, we are kicking off episode 5 today. So, we're going to be making a run, I think just out west, trying to earn some more money, try to finish paying off this loan that we've got, and then we'll kind of be set to start earning actual income. So if you'll remember, we've got one truck, no trailer, no extra drivers, no nothing. So right now we've got the one truck worth roughly $100,000. I think we've got a $50,000 loan. So we are on the road to $1 million, and we've got $50,000 in positive assets. So stick with me. Thank you for joining, and let's get on the road. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Rick NSX with you again. We are going to be continuing our series with today's episode. So today is episode 5. In the previous couple, we have purchased a truck. We've got a garage. We've got a little money. We've done a couple jobs. So we're kind of moving in the right direction. Our last 7 days of profit, $79,689. Obviously on our road to $1 million. So we're going to jump into it, go grab a job, and hopefully we can find something close, because I think currently we're in Tucson. Yeah, Tucson. So, Tucson to Bakersfield. That's a $30,000 job. 603 miles, 11 hours. I think... Oh, I forgot I was in the middle of absolute nowhere. Okay, well, that's alright. Ready to roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull ahead there, make a U-turn, and go back the way I came. That is the plan.
Finding a new route.
Lady, just if you'll zip it for a second.
Please, make a U-turn when possible.
Literally what I'm doing. Check it out, lady. Made a U-turn. Now, I don't want y'all to think that's completely done, because unless they fix the road since we got on last time, since the last episode, we're gonna have a little bit of a zigzag course down here. Yep. Not too bad. I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable with the length and driving style of this truck, so no big deal. I wish I could have brought that trailer through here. That would have been infinitely faster than what we did. Alright. And we're off. Speed limit's 35.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Alright, so we got half a tank of gas. 375 miles worth of fuel. So if there's a gas station near the pickup, I'm going to go ahead and fill up. I think that's probably the best way to go about that. If not, no big deal. We will, we'll just go ahead and grab the trailer, and then we'll get fuel en route. Should be a gas station or two, which should be no big deal. Speed limit is 65. Oh, not that it matters, because...
Exit right.
Oh! Absolutely not. So I am apparently tired.
Turn left.
Okay. Does anybody remember how long I had? It was 11 hours to accept the job. So here's what I'm going to do. And my navigation lady's going to be mad at me, but
Rerouting.
she's just going to have to get over that. Huh. So I just found the Volvo dealer, which is pretty funny given that I'm in one of their trucks. I guess I could get it serviced here. I'm not doing that right now, but I'm actually just going to use one of their parking spaces. And we're going to sleep. Alright, let's go pick this load up. Assuming it's still there. If it's not still there, I'm going to be pretty frustrated for not having checked that.
Okay, let's find a new route.
My GPS seems to have some attitude. I'm not sure about that. Don't hit me. Alright, let's do it. So I didn't look beforehand. Where I'm headed actually has sleeping places.
Get ready to turn right.
But I'm about to piss off my GPS because we're going to pass it. Needed to turn there. Oh,
Turn
right here.
right.
So we're going to Gallon Oil. But before we do that...
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Yeah, you do that, lady. I am going to hit
Turn
this
left,
gas station.
and then turn right.
Just going to go ahead and take care of it. That way, we are set to go.
Turn
We won't have
right.
to sleep. We won't have to... We won't have to sleep. Won't have to fill up. It's just a straight shot to Bakersfield. So we're paying $3.52 a gallon here. That's not bad. I mean, we only filled up, it was half tank of gas, but call it $251. So not too shabby. So now we're ready to go grab a trailer and go.
Turn left, and then turn right.
What? Okay. She said turn left and then turn right. That was literally the opposite of what I needed to do. I needed to turn right and then turn left. That lady was a liar.
Finally, we are here.
This lady, man, she's got an attitude. Freight market. Still there. Oh, yeah, we still had 6 hours to pick that up. All right, 603 miles, 11 hours, 22
Time
minutes
to
worth of
hit the road.
driving. So let's go find this trailer back here. Okay. What a weird... Okay, first, get it out of reverse. Oh man, what a crazy trailer setup. So, obviously I'm fully aware that trailers come like this, look like this, but I hadn't seen one on the road. So what an interesting trailer. All right, 603 miles. First step is getting this trailer out of this. Oh, that is not what I meant to do, but that was a cool view nonetheless. All right. Ooh, I was a little closer than I meant for it to be back there. Just looking in my mirror. Yeah, this is interesting. What a cool trailer.
Get ready to turn left.
All right, I'm ready.
Turn left.
Now, this thing is only 8,200 pounds. I mean, I say only, but if we're being honest, a Suburban could tow this. A Tundra could tow it. Which makes me wonder if I will have better luck getting to,
Get
you
ready
know,
to turn right.
80 miles an hour, 75 miles
Turn
an
right.
hour. You know, on some of these freeways. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out, but
Keep left.
all right, here we go. We're off on our 11-hour journey. Oh, okay. So looking at my dashboard, I've got 585 miles left on the tank. We are gonna have to stop again for gas, which makes me feel like it may be worth going ahead and exploring the fuel efficiency as my next skill point. Because that's well, and I wonder if I wonder if I've gotten to the level that there's a upgraded chassis with bigger fuel tanks. So I guess I should look at that too. Either one of those would, I mean, obviously being more efficient is going to mean less in fuel bills. So, you know, I'll take a look at both of those, assuming I get a skill point to use after this drive. But for now, 561 miles on my tank, 568 miles to the destination. We will not be having a repeat of episode 2, hopefully, ever again. So that does mean that I'm going to have to fuel up at some point. And here in a little bit, when I get down to like half a tank, I'll start figuring out where I'm going to stop. So the speed limit has now moved to 75. Bump the cruise control up. The truck is absolutely... Well, I almost said something that I was going to immediately have to take back. So it looks like it is struggling to get to that 75. I'm definitely not going to be able to go 80 probably. I have it set at 80, but we're not going to do 80, I don't think. And then, of course, we'll get into California for most of the drive, which is 55, so I'll set my cruise at 60, but
Keep left.
it'll do 60 all day long. So once we get into California, we'll slow down, but the engine will also have to work less. It'll have to work for longer, but it'll have to work less. doing a little nighttime driving. My ETA is 2:55 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course, that doesn't take into account that I'm going to get gas. So, 3:15 is when we'll arrive. Guess I should have checked. So as long as I finish this load without too much delay, I will not have to rest on this drive. But before we pick up our next load, it would be a really good idea to go ahead and probably rest so that we can start out fresh on that next load. We are entering Maricopa County. Speed limit 65. We'll lower the cruise to 70. Kind of a neat trailer back there, not gonna lie. Ooh, this is an exit only. Guess I need to move back over.
Go straight on.
Yeah, I figured that out, but thank you.
Keep left.
Alright, I am going to go ahead and slow down for this curve. I mean, I probably don't have to, but man, it looked sharp when I was coming up to it. So I'll probably go ahead and just reset my cruise back to 70. I just figured better safe than sorry. Kind of looks like the center of gravity on this trailer is fairly low, but I really don't want to roll over in a semi necessarily. Seems like the sun's coming up. That's always nice. Cool little sunrise. Would have to be behind us, right? The sunrise is in the east, that's in the west. And unless I'm mistaken, Los Angeles is west of Phoenix, which means we are headed west. Sunrise should be behind us. So for those of you that just joined or maybe haven't seen the other episodes, we are ultimately we're on a mission to take a brand new profile, brand new company, from $1,500, which is what you start the game with, to $1 million in assets. Now, what am I going to consider as an asset? Well, I do think I'm going to consider trucks and trailers. Those are going to be assets. Any additional upgrades I do to the garage. So I was given the garage that I use as my home base. So I don't really feel like that would be fair to count that as a asset towards our million. But I am planning to upgrade it, probably hire a couple people on our path to $1 million. So, I'll count their trucks. I'll count the money I spend towards upgrade. I am going to try to avoid getting any more loans. I think at this stage, I'm making $30,000 on this load. If I wanted to buy another truck just like this one, that's 4 trips. It's four loads. By that logic, I feel like it'd be better to just take 4 loads than to get a loan, which is going to go against my assets. So, one of the things I'll probably do is, because I'm not keeping track of debits and credits, I'm not doing an accounting game. I will probably just base what the truck is worth on what I could sell it for. So like, okay, if I wanted to liquidate the company, what are my trucks worth? What's the sell price for X, Y, and Z? And that's how I'll calculate, those assets plus whatever I have on my bank account. So most likely, you're gonna have 5 trucks and 300,000. It's not gonna be like, oh, I got 800,000 in the bank in one truck, or well, 2 trucks, right? So, um, yeah. So we'll probably do something like that. I'm nowhere near it, so right now, honestly, I'm not even worried about it. But I've got the truck. I think this is roughly 105. I have not got a trailer. I haven't upgraded my headquarters in Phoenix. So I don't really have any other assets except for what's in the bank, but technically I've got a loan for 50,000, that I think actually, as long as I don't spend too much money on this trip, I may be able to pay off that $50,000 loan when I finish this. I have to take a look at my finances, but if that was the case, that would actually be kind of nice to get back to zero in terms of the loan profile. Of course, I've been kind of alone all day, all night. The minute I need to pass somebody, I got somebody coming up on my left side. Well, that was kind of nice. I did get the warning from the blind spot monitor um, when I put my turn signal on to move back over. It did seem like it might have incorporated the length of the trailer as well. I'm not gonna take that for granted and just assume it's always right, but it is a helpful piece of information. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So we are driving a slightly used Volvo VNL 300. It is the day cab version. It is not a sleeper cab. Um, at some point, I'll probably work to upgrade this thing a little bit. Just bigger motor, better transmission, and a better chassis. Seriously, guys, pick a speed. Pick a speed, sir. I've picked a speed. Um, so I will probably do some upgrades to this to make it more efficient. Like I said, I'd really like to have bigger fuel tanks. Uh, 600 miles on a full tank of gas is just probably not going to cut it, given the length of the jobs that we're about to start doing. Because I'd rather not have to stop every time I'm out running around with a trailer. So back down to 60. Speed limit dropped to 55. That guy moved over, so I'm going to switch lanes. We got an inspection station coming up. I'd really love it if they were like, yeah, you're cleared through the Bravo airspace. If I didn't have to slow down for the inspection station, all vehicles must stop. Well, guess what? We're gonna be stopping. Oh, this is the agricultural inspection station. All right. Yeah. You get into California and they want to make sure everything coming in is copacetic. Speed limit's 35. Set the cruise control at 40. And then, of course, there's a golf course off to the right there. Give the golfers a little something to think about. It's their fault for playing golf next to the freeway. That's how I feel about that anyway. I've golfed before. I used to golf quite a bit, actually. I just really don't think, I never like when people honk. Like, it really didn't bother me. So, unless they're professional tour players, I think they'll be fine.
Recomputing.
Why are you recomputing? I gotta stop here. You knew that. I knew that. I may continue driving. I wonder if you ever failed that. Like, like, what is the Like in the game, is there a way to fail that inspection? Maybe I'll Google that later. Good old California. We will be doing 60 miles an hour from here to Bakersfield. Third largest state in the country. And trucks have to go 55 the entire time they're in it. I'm just not sure how that makes much sense, if I'm being completely honest. Let me bypass the way station. Let me... Dang it! Alright, we will be stopping at the way station as well. Fun times had by all. All trucks stop at Scales. Yay. That truck didn't stop. What's up with that? What's up with you?
Finding a new route.
Lady. There's no reason to find a new route. We're on the same route. While we're here, yeah, we got 308 miles left. 300 miles on the tank. There's not been another truck behind me stop. Come on now. I'm not suspect. I'm not suspicious. Suspicious. Release brakes on Scales. Probably should stop back here. I don't really know how these work, so I don't want to mess up his weight. That'd be crazy. So can I just keep rolling? Is that... Oh, look at that. My vehicle is not in perfect technical state. Please be more careful next time. Okay. So I definitely feel like I'm getting a pretty good bargain on this this load. $30,000 for 8,000 pounds of stuff. It's a fracking tank, it looks like. Surprised California even let that come in, to be perfectly honest with you. That said, oops, sorry. 9,000 pounds of cargo. And I'm gonna make $30,000 on the deal. That's not too shabby. You guys out here running around, top off, just cruising. Alright, so we're down under half a tank, so maybe, because we won't make it to our destination with this fuel. So what I'm thinking is maybe we will stop in the next town. Just go ahead and top off with fuel, and then we will head to the finish line. It's kind of where I'm coming down right now. Look like the next city on the boards, the city travel distance boards, is Indio, if I saw that right. So maybe we'll just stop there, assuming it's like a city on the highway, on the freeway. I don't really want to have to travel deep off the freeway to get there to a gas station. Coachella city limits. Yep, Indio. Indio. That is the next city.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Oh! Well, alright then. This lady, like, read my mind. Wait,
Exit right.
okay, she did not read my mind. Y'all see what she's actually having me do is exit the freeway, go through the intersection, and back onto the freeway. Worst instructions ever. But it's fine because I am going to pull in and get gas.
Go straight on.
Shut up. While she freaks out, I'm going to get gas. She's probably going to get an attitude like, I told you to go straight, you idiot. I am now working to reroute you. I want like Liam Neeson or that would be a cool voice for the navigation. I've got a particular set of skills for navigating, and you're an idiot for not listening to me. Like, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I think I can pull in here.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Will do.
Never mind, I'll find a new route.
How about this? I'm going to pull into the gas station while you think about the new
Make
route.
a U-turn.
I'm in the process of a U-turn, so don't get an attitude with me. Ta-da! Alright, we're paying a little bit more here, which does not surprise me because it's California. $4.99 a gallon, still not terrible. $3.69 to fill up. Alright, let's do this thing. Pretty sure I can get out of here just this direction. Yep. Back out onto the road.
Recomputing.
You do that.
Turn right.
Uh-huh.
Go straight on.
Yep. No, don't hit me.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Yep. Alright, so we're filled up, we're ready to go. We won't need to stop for sleep, so got 593 miles to the tank on this tank. So I think we're fine. We're ready to go. 249 more miles. And then we will drop this load off. So I got my cruise set at 60. I was looking at some of the mods the other day, which is always interesting for a game that has that kind of support. I did add one mod, so I am now running one mod, which is a realistic fuel cost mod. So they update the fuel centers with more realistic localized costs. I thought that was kind of probably makes things less expensive than the base game did, but at the same time, like, hey, it's more realistic, so it's hard to say don't add mods. What was I gonna say though? I was going somewhere with that. One of the other mods I saw, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm not gonna implement it at this point, but I saw a mod that adds like real companies instead of the generic like false brands that the base game comes with. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. So you could, go deliver for Walmart or, I don't know, maybe CarMax, if you're delivering cars or whatever, some sort of dealership. Tesla. I did see Tesla was one of the car companies, which makes sense because even in the base game, there's a bunch of Teslas running around. So it was kind of neat to see that. I don't know what all. Oops, forgot what state I was in. I don't know what all kinds of companies there are, but I thought that might be kind of neat to to see brands as you're driving down the road. And I think it actually rebrands some of the stores in towns and stuff like that. Um, but so something to think about certainly for future. If I do decide to do any of that or implement any of that, as long as it doesn't impact gameplay, I think that'd be kind of neat. Um, and I'll let y'all know if I decide on that. But for now, just the one mod, which is the fuel costs, the realistic fuel costs mod. I don't know how big an impact that makes, but I thought it was kind of neat. Like, makes sense, I guess. So, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, just a beautiful sunny day here in California. The weather and the speed limiter are similar, probably 55. Actually, it is possible that it is 97 outside, according to the truck. Right there next to fuel economy, it says 97 degrees at 114. So that's a little warmer than I would have expected, but we're also not on the coast, so I guess there's that. As we get closer to the coast, I bet that number comes down. Now I'm just picturing driving through like New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, um, seeing that thing go to 3 digits. So we're gonna keep. Well, I was gonna say keep straight, but yeah, keep left towards Los Angeles, not towards San Diego, Barstow. As long as this Prius next to me doesn't do what that truck just did, I think we'll be okay. But if I get cut off by a Prius, I might just have to run over it. Just kidding. I wouldn't run over a Prius.
Keep left.
Cost me $700 is what that would happen. Is what would happen. So not worth it. Besides, Priuses are usually the fastest vehicle on any given road. Generally, they're not the ones holding traffic up. I was actually on the road earlier today, though, on my way home from coaching a soccer game, and man, there was a Ferrari. I want to say it might have been a 458. Could have been an F8. It was a little far away for me to tell, but it was stuck behind somebody, and boy, when that person moved out of its lane, he got in it, and it sounded great.
Keep left.
That's definitely not the button I meant to push. I do believe that was, yeah, it's noon, yeah. So that was the loan payment coming out.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Oh, all right.
Exit right.
I'm glad I was kind of already looking at moving over. Probably should have taken that curve a little slower, would be my guess. But no big deal. Broken down, stay with your car and call 511. Sometimes I go to grab the mouse and it
Right.
significantly changes. Keep right and then exit right.
Turn right.
Ugh, a truck route. Okay. I mean, not that that's that big a deal. Oh no, I'm all alone over here by myself. All right. So we got just under 100 miles left. So we're getting close from our original 600-mile journey. I think you'll get a little extra XP actually because the journey's 600 miles. So that's always handy.
Keep left.
How about just don't turn right? Don't exit, you know? Is this another truck route up here? Or is this just the way the freeway goes? Boy, that's a... It's an interesting transition. "57 miles to Bakersfield," according to that sign. Slow trucks. That is a speed limit situation, not a trucks situation. Oh, that Camaro's chasing that Mustang down. Are we gonna see a drag race? Oh, he's moved over. He's taunting him. He's taunting him. We're not gonna get to see it because the speed limit just dropped to 45. The Camaro was like, "I'm out of here, dude." I did see that. "35? Are you serious right now?" Shoot. And then I slowed down to 25. Not that it should be too difficult to get back, but seriously with this 35 nonsense. Alright, 35 has ended, back to 60.
Keep left.
I'm also gonna have to move over. Yeah, I saw him over there. But I appreciate you letting me know he was there. Alright, we are coming up on Bakersfield. What do we got left? 42 miles. So we're at $21,000 in our bank account. We've got, this is a $28,000 job, which means we won't have quite enough money to pay off that $50,000 loan. But that's fine. I mean, that's okay. We'll be close. I feel like in the next episode, as long as we don't do anything dumb, we'll be able to pay that loan off, and then we'll start being able to make upgrades using our earnings. I feel like once we start upgrading things, things will start getting better. I would like to purchase a low boy trailer. I think you have to be a level 9 to do that. But once you're able to do that, I think the low boys are a fairly profitable venture. So it might be worth having and offering our services for jobs that require that. I do think that the skill, the high, Bakersfield discovered. I do think the skill that is for like high value cargo, I do think that that one combined with that low boy will give us some good return on investment. Um, we should be able to start picking up some decent. What am I doing here? It says move to the right lanes, but it doesn't say to exit. She didn't say a word. I do not want to miss my exit because
Keep right, and then exit right.
been there, done that, not fun.
Exit right.
Got it. Exiting right. So I think that's probably the path. And then once we start making
Right,
some good money,
and
maybe
then
getting a
turn
second
left.
truck and a driver. Maybe even setting up the same setup,
Turn
getting them
right.
a trailer and a truck, letting them do some jobs as well. Two incomes is generally speaking better than one. So I feel like that would be a pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go because he's just sitting there. Probably about to get a ticket.
Keep left,
For some
and
reason,
then
it feels
turn
like there's
right.
probably no left rights on red in California. It just feels like
Turn
it'd be
left.
a rule. It's probably not, but it feels that way. Um, Either way, like I was saying, having a second driver, I mean, hell, having 5 drivers would probably be even better than just having an extra. And of course, like I said earlier, we're going to count all of that towards our assets as long as we own the trucks outright. No loans or anything. We just have to deduct that from our total assets if we had some loans. But otherwise, I think that's the way to go. So we'll see how that plays out. As it is, I'd have to upgrade my garage, which I think is $180,000 to get 2 more slots if we were going to go that route. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to.
Turn right.
Yeah.
Here we are, safe and sound.
Well, this is an interesting spot to put this trailer drop off icon. All right, where would they like us to put this? Into one of those bays. I bet we can do that. While I'm not the best at doing this, I'm also not the worst, so I bet I could put it in one of these bays. Where does this go? Right there. Actually, you know what? What if we drove around the. You know what? I bet. I bet that garage door is too short for us to do that. Oh, I've definitely not done that right. Where am I going? Yeah, no. You know what I'm gonna do? Before bef- before we try putting it in there, I am gonna drive around the building, see if I can go in from the other side. Because if I can pull straight in, I'll save myself 5 minutes. All right. So the question is, Am I short enough to get in there? Shut up. Absolutely not. Okay. The truck is. The trailer is not. So no big deal. I didn't even think about the fact that this is one of these weird slanted up to the moon trailers. Alright, no big deal. So now we know. And that's fine. We can absolutely just run this back around to the back here. At this very second, I'm feeling like a genius. Alright. Like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I would have been fine the way I was, but like, let's be honest, why risk it? Boom, y'all. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like I did a pretty good job on that one. Just for sure. For sure, I'm feeling good about that one. Alright, so we got level 6, skill rank 2 for the long distance, plus the extra experience bonus. Trailer maneuvering. We ended up with 1300 XP, so good job, us. Let's just take a look at what they're. Oh, look. What did I say I was gonna do? Did I even? Oh, fuel economy. Yep, 10% better fuel with and without the trailer. 2 jobs. We're talking $9,000, although that's not very far. And $3,400. Okay, so no, we're not gonna do that. We'll go ahead and get out of their garage. Probably go ahead and turn this way, kind of just. And then I'm going to just pull off into their parking lot right here. All right. So from here, we could go see what other jobs exist. We'll probably end here unless there's just an amazing job opportunity. That's in Los Angeles. I have 6 hours to get there. I'm not sure how far I would have to go. I'm not sure I can get there in 6 hours. But we are going to go ahead and call this a night. Sacramento. It's interesting. That one I might be able to do. I could get to Los Angeles in 13 hours. So, one step closer, we are at $50,000. However, and we've got $108,000 in profit over the last 7 days. Even though we're at $50,000, what we're going to do is I will refrain from paying. Here's what I'm going to do. Got a plan. I'm going to pay off that 47,618. I'm just going to borrow 10. Okay. That way, holy heavens, 23% interest. 10,000 is pretty easy to pay off, but I need to have some money for fuel and stuff like that, operating costs. So as soon as I finish my next job, I should be able to pay the loans off in full and be done. So I feel pretty good about that. So we're definitely on our way. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and I look forward to our next episode. So, this is Rick and SX signing off for Parents Playing Games. Enjoy the rest of your day.